Namaskar. I Amit Kumar welcome you all in IMD's weekly weather briefing. So in this presentation we will be looking at what was the weather in last week and what will be the weather in upcoming 2 weeks. So to start with, if we see in this slide that what was the weather systems that prevailed over India and neighboring regions during last week. So we can see that there were 3 WDs. Initially, at the starting of the week, the WD was located as a cyclonic circulation over Jammu division. Then on subsequent days, there was on 31st and 1st June, 31st May and 1st June, there was a WD which was located as a cyclonic circulation over Afghanistan. Then on 1st, it was located over, it moved eastward and it was located over Pakistan. And then on 2nd, it was located over Indian regions. So, and then there was another WD which we can see that is over Iran on 4th of June. So there was a cyclonic circulation over northwest Uttar Pradesh on 30th and 30th May and 3rd June, and there was a east-west trough from this cyclonic circulation to West Assam on 1st June and to West Bangladesh on 30th and 31st May. There was a cyclonic circulation over East UP on 2nd June, and there was a north-south trough from this cyclonic circulation to NIK. Then there was a cyclonic circulation over Rayalaseema from 1st to 4th June. Then there was a cyclonic circulation of Kerala coast on 30th and from 30th May to 3rd June. And there was a shear zone from 30th to 31st May, roughly around 8 degree north. And there was a cyclonic circulation which prevailed during most period of this week over northeast Assam. So under the influence of these various weather systems, we can see that heavy rainfall, from heavy to extremely heavy rainfall, was recorded over for most days over northeast region. Then over Kerala also heavy rainfall was recorded for 5 days. Over Tamil Nadu it was recorded over for 4 days. Over SIK, NIK and CK it ranged from 1 day to 3 days. Over Rayalaseema 3 days for heavy rainfall was recorded, and on CAP also 3 days of heavy rainfall was recorded. Then over Telangana 2 days, Madhya Maharashtra 1 day, West MP 1 day, Chhattisgarh 1 day, Odisha 1 day, GWB 1 day and Bihar 1 day. Over Andaman Nicobar for 2 days heavy rainfall was recorded, and over Lakshadweep 1 day heavy rainfall was recorded. If we see in this warm night map, then during this last week, for 3 days warm night was recorded over Rajasthan, 3 days over MP, 3 days over Odisha, 2 days each for UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, Haryana, and one day for Punjab and Chhattisgarh. If we talk about heat wave, then heat wave to severe heat wave conditions prevailed over Haryana for all 7 days of this past week. Then over West UP also it prevailed for 7 days, Punjab also 7 days. Over West Rajasthan also it prevailed for 6 days. Then over East Rajasthan for 4 days. For MP it prevailed for 5 days. Vidarbha 4 days, Chhattisgarh 4 days, Odisha 4 days, Jharkhand 4 days, Bihar 3 days and 1 day in CAP. Also in Himachal Pradesh, that is in Himalayan belt region, for 5 days heat wave conditions prevailed, and over Uttarakhand for 2 days heat wave conditions were prevailing. So if we look at this weekly rainfall departure map, then here we can see that if we look at these statistics, then there were 13 subdivisions which are represented in yellow color, which reported large deficit rainfall, and there were 5 subdivisions like Marathwada, HP, Uttarakhand and NMMT and Lakshadweep, which reported deficit rainfall. Remaining all other subdivisions of India reported above normal rainfall during this week. If you talk about our seasonal rainfall departure, then the season which was prevailing, which ended during last week, was pre-monsoon season. It starts from 1st March and ends on 31st May. So during this season, we can see that only one subdivision reported large deficit rainfall and 9 subdivisions reported deficient rainfall. So those 9 subdivisions which reported deficient rainfall are Punjab, Haryana, East Rajasthan, UP, Uttarakhand, SHWB, Arunachal Pradesh and Andaman Nicobar, and West Rajasthan reported large deficit rainfall. So this can be seen from these stats also, that 5 subdivisions reported large excess rainfall during this week, during this past week. 4 subdivisions reported excess rainfall, 9 subdivisions reported normal rainfall, 5 deficient and 13 large deficient. And on seasonal scale, 7 reported large excess, 5 subdivisions reported excess, 14 reported normal rainfall. And if you talk about in terms of percentage, then during this week, Northwest India and Central India, they received less amount of rainfall. This can be seen that in Northwest India, minus 70% departure from normal was reported in terms of rainfall, and over Central India, it was reported as 26%. If we talk about country as a whole, then we have received 8% above normal rainfall during this past week. If we talk about the pre-monsoon seasonal rainfall, then country as a whole, we have received 4% below normal rainfall. Now, if we talk about the onset of monsoon, because the onset of monsoon was declared on 30th May this year. So in this map, you can see that till 29th May, the monsoon progress of monsoon line was below Indian mainlands, and on 30th May, the monsoon reached Kerala, and the onset of southwest monsoon was declared. On the same day, it reached northeast regions also. So over Kerala, it reached 2 days ahead of its normal date, and over northeast region, it reached 6 days ahead of its normal date. And since then, there has been progress in the advancement of monsoon over mainland India. So during this week, it has covered the remaining parts of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, SIK, Rayalaseema, and then subsequently during the week it has covered most parts of Karnataka, whole Goa, some parts of South Maharashtra, some parts of South Telangana, whole Rayalaseema, most parts of coastal Andhra Pradesh, whole northeast, and some parts of SHWB. So this is the progress of monsoon during this week, and the same thing can be seen in this 7 days cumulative rainfall map also, that you can see that over Kerala you can see there are many events of heavy to very heavy rainfall which was recorded, and similarly over northeast even extremely heavy rainfall was recorded during this week, and most places have received good amount of rainfall. Now, if we talk about the next extended range forecast for rainfall for next 2 weeks, then for week 1, we can see that there are chances of a development of a cyclonic circulation off Konkan coast. So because of that, you can see that the whole Western Ghats is receiving good amount of rainfall in week 1. This activity will continue in week 2 also, but the intensity will slightly reduce. The same thing you can see in this anomaly map also, that over Maharashtra, mainly over Maharashtra and NIK and some parts of Telangana and Rayalaseema and Kerala, you can see that there is high positive anomaly, so the rainfall activity will be above normal in these areas. If you talk about week 2, then there is a slight decrease of rainfall over these regions compared to week 1. So you can see that the anomaly has shifted from positive to negative. So there will be the monsoon will be subdued during week 2 over these regions. If we talk about maximum temperature, Then this forecast for week 1, you can see that the high maximum temperatures in the range of 43 to 45 will be prevailing over southern parts of UP, northern parts of Madhya Pradesh, then some parts of western Bihar and Jharkhand and north Chhattisgarh. So this region is prone for heat wave in week 1. This we will be covering in our heat wave outlook also. And over week 2 also, this region and also the region associated over eastern India, that is Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and some parts of Odisha, they are prone for heat wave in week 2 also. You can see the same thing in our maximum temperature anomaly diagrams also, that this region, southern UP, northern MP, northern Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Jharkhand and Odisha, for both the weeks there is a positive anomaly, so that that maximum temperatures will be remaining above normal in these locations. If we talk about minimum temperature also, then you can see that the temperatures will be in the range of 30 to 34 degrees Celsius over this whole region, and the area of this will be shifting towards northwest also. So there will be a chances of warm night during week 2. If you see the minimum temperature anomaly, then you can see that over the same region the anomaly is positive for week 1, and then it is gradually shifting towards northwest India in week 2. Now if you look at the extended range outlook for heat wave, then in week 1 we can see that there is a high probability of occurrence of heat wave over some parts of south UP and north MP, and over the remaining parts of MP, UP and Haryana and South Punjab, there is a moderate probability of heat wave occurrence. And then the adjoining remaining parts of UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, North Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, there is a low probability of occurrence of heat wave in week 1. If we see the week 2 probability of occurrence of heat wave, then there is a very low probability of occurrence of heat wave over Rajasthan, Haryana, South Punjab, Delhi, UP and North MP. This is because, as we have already seen, that during week 2 monsoon will be advancing over East India, so there are very less chances of occurrence of heat wave there. If we talk about cyclogenesis, then during both the coming weeks there is very low probability of cyclogenesis, so that's why nothing has been shown in these diagrams. So this was all about our weekly discussions. For daily video briefings which was issued today in the morning, please see the description, there is a link, go and see that video. You will get that detailed version of forecast which will be happening in next 5 days. Namaskar.